There is no money in the future. It was about that doesn't sound so extraordinary now, but when we first started seeing that 20 years ago, we couldn't get our heads around it. How can there be no money in the future? That just doesn't make sense. How do we function? How I found out, I was taking people into a future lifetime. So we're probably looking 50, 100 years in the future. And I'd ask them a variety of questions, but whenever I asked them about money, how you doing financially, are you well off, you poor, they wouldn't answer. They'd just look at me as if I'd asked a bit of an odd question. I'd ask them how much cheese they had in the fridge or something. They would actually look at me as if they didn't understand the question or why I was asking it. So that was really baffling. But now you can see, the lack of money. It's fading so quickly now. The amount of places accepting cash. I went through an airport just a couple of weeks ago, and they said this will all be cash free pretty soon. That was one of the terminals at Heathrow. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But I bought something with cash, and that's what the woman who served me said. It's disappearing so fast, and some people say, "What's the problem?" Or it's just for people to evade tax. But there's so many reasons that you need cash. There's a whole list of reasons, and it could be, like if your identity gets taken over, your bank accounts, your digital currency can be shut down because somebody's made an allegation against you, or um, you've accidentally done some work with somebody who's turned out to be dubious, and they start investigating you. There's people fleeing difficult situations. It tends to hurt the poorer end. It tends to hurt the poorer people who are more self-employed, poor, out of work, elderly, more vulnerable, the very young. But losing cash means you lose control. You haven't got control. So one thing I would say to you is don't put all your money in one place. Put it in have several banks, building societies, or whatever. Don't put it all in one place. That's one thing I'll say to you, because at least if one gets frozen or controlled, at least you've got some access to money elsewhere. And while we still got cash, do use it. I want to tell you about something I've seen in the future. I don't know how far, but I don't think it's that far away. But a whole new like money shop. I'm going to tell you about that shortly. Sounds very exciting to me, and I think it'll be so good for so many people. But yeah, cashless society. Not amused, are we? I'm not. I'm sure you're not.